Tamron, so it's midnight and like I can't even believe that I'm doing this and I'm so ashamed, but like I know in order to get past this and to get help, I gotta tell on myself. I gotta do what's right. And so I'm up, it's midnight, and I'm eating 2 waffles with butter and syrup.
We're back with Nicole, who beat her 13-year opioid addiction, and now she is struggling with a new addiction, food. Dr. Joseph Lee, an addiction specialist from the Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation in Minnesota, has joined us to give Nicole some advice. Thank you, Dr. Lee, for joining us. Nicole, let me pick up. I saw that beautiful picture of your baby, and I know you're married and your husband's on the front line of all of this. Tell me how this addiction, this new addiction, has impacted your ability to be the great mom I know you are, and also your relationship with your husband.
Well, you know, it affects my self-esteem. And when I don't feel good about me, then I'm not the best version of myself for my husband or my son. You know, it also comes into play when, like, I'm trying to do activities. I'm not like my old lightweight self, so I can't jump around and, you know, run and play without getting winded. And those are things that really bother me because my son is 5 and I want to be able to do those things with him.
I want to bring Dr. Lee in on this. I know you're so emotional right now. And Dr. Lee, I watched her video diary multiple times. You say this is not unusual during these times, that we pivot to things. I guess, is it to fill this void? Is it to fill the anxiety of the uncertainty around us?
Yeah, you know, we see a lot of people who have journeys similar to Nicole. So first off, thank you, Nicole. You're awesome for sharing your story. We know from a societal level that in times of pandemic and economic turmoil, in these stressful times, using substances go up. Alcohol consumption has gone up 55%. Other drug use consumption goes up. And you already have a leg up on that, Nicole, because you have maintained your recovery from substances despite everything that's going on. So I praise your capacity and your resiliency in that journey. You know, recovery is really about replacing something that's unhealthy with something that's more healthy. And sometimes along the way, even people with recovery can fill that void with things that are maybe not so good for them, like overeating. And so this is a very common story that I think will connect with others.
Nicole, you said in your video diary you need help, you want help. What do you want to ask Dr. Lee?
I just need to learn how to eat healthy. But here's the thing. I can get all the food that's healthy in the world, but if I'm not eating that food and I'm finding other foods to eat, like, how do I retrain myself to not eat the junk that I'm eating? It's almost like I have a new addiction to sugar and processed foods.
Well, scientifically, I think there's a number of therapies under the banner of cognitive behavioral therapy. There's a cognitive part and a behavioral part. You can become aware of the thoughts, emotions, and external triggers like stresses that cause you to want to eat in an unhealthy manner. And then you can learn to alter your behaviors and do things that are more productive. And that takes some time. But the good news is that a lot of virtual services are available. There are self-help books, even online self-guided manuals that are available for you. And I think it's definitely going to be worthwhile to reach out to a professional virtually. You can talk to them in your house, in your pajamas, with your kids, and they'll meet you where you're at your house. And so I think that's a critical part of getting well.
Dr. Lee, before we run out of time, I just want to ask you, though, do you believe that these things are situational, that when we're on the other side of this, these addictions, in Nicole's case, it's food addiction, will these things just vanish?
You know, I wouldn't just assume that they will vanish. I think just like health maintenance, you have to keep an eye on it. I've seen some people go into video games, some people going into dating apps prior to COVID. And so there are many vices that people can slip into. But, you know, in the therapy that we do, we look for motivation and we look for capacity. And one of the things that I want to note with you, Nicole, is that you have so much capacity and the solutions do lie within you. Your values are centered upon your young son. And I think you have the skills because you've been through so much already. And if you can just tap into those skill sets and someone can help you do that, you will overcome this.